Dear technicians, I will advise you to watch this video to the very end. Along the line, you will get to understand how important it is. In your Windows option, press GP Edit. Now, you have to go to Administrative. After Administrative, you click on Window Components. Then you find your Microsoft Defender antivirus. You will see it there. Why do you have to do this? It is very important for you to know. In order to be able to flash some Android phone, you will need to disable your antivirus because your computer will detect it as a virus. It is not going to work. There is no way. Now, the reason why I said you should use this method to disable your antivirus and Windows Defender is because if you use the manual method, the one at the toolbar, to disable it, after you reboot your system, the antivirus protection will activate again. So now you will have to be tripping it off all the time for you to be able to use any crack tools on your PC. But this method will permanently disable your Defender and antivirus. So you go to Microsoft Defender. At this point, you are going to see Microsoft Exploit Guide or the anti-malware startup. But what you are more concerned is the real-time protection. Open the real-time protection. Now, it said turn off real-time protection. You double click. Then it will take you to this page. My own is enabled, but yours, if it hasn't been set like that, it will be not configured. So you take it to enable and you save the settings. You enable it. You see the option that is asking you is that to turn off real-time protection, which is yes. Enable simply means yes, you agree to that. After turning off your real-time protection, you go to Microsoft Defender as well. You do the same thing. You pull it off. So now your Microsoft Defender and your Microsoft protection has been permanently turned off. So if you reboot your PC, it's not going to be triggered again. Because if you use the normal method to disable it and you install the tools that you wanted to use, it will work at that moment. But once your system reboots again, it is. So if you are not using Windows Defender, maybe you have any form of antivirus on your PC, you can just disable it for the moment. But one thing I want you to know is that for you to be able to use all these crack tools, there are many crack tools outside there that can work on many devices. You need to be able to disable your antivirus. Now, another most important thing is that for you to be able to use all these files, you need to have a zip generator on your system. It could be 7-zip, it could be WinRAR, it could be anything as far as it can enable you to unzip a file, because most of these files always come in a zip form, so that it will be protected. And most of these zip files usually have a password depending on where you get them from, but they will always hint and tell you the password. Now, you see, this settings is managed by your administrator under real-time protection, so you cannot manually toggle it on. This is where people normally come to off it, but this one has been permanently disabled. Now you go to your google.com, search for WinRAR. In this part, it's going to bring the compatible version automatic for your PC. It will bring the compatible version. Now you open the file, you just install it. What is the work of this one? It's just to enable you to be able to unzip any file that you receive. Unzip any file, because at times all these zip files that you download is usually contain more than one or two applications. That's why it is locked together in a zip form. So now another driver that is very important for you is this tool driver you are seeing on your SIM. This tool driver is very, very important with MTK driver as well. That one is 40 MB. You see, those three is very, very important. Very, very important. And I want you to know that for you to be able to flash any kind of phone, you need to have a special driver for that particular phone. Look at iPhone, for example. If you want to flash iPhone, you must have iTunes installed. No matter the app you want to use to flash iPhone, if you don't have iTunes installed, it's not going to work. If you want to flash Nokia phone, you must have a PC suit. If you don't have a PC suit, it's not going to work. If you want to flash Redmi phone now, you must have Redmi suit, otherwise it's not going to work. If you want to flash Samsung, you must have Samsung driver or Samsung PC suit on your PC. So those are the things that are very, very important. Even if you want to flash Oppo, there are some drivers that you must have on your PC. So now in my second part of this video, I will show you another method to drive your system manually. This method that I showed you just now is just an automatic method, but I will show you the manual method, because if this system doesn't work for you, there is still another method. That one, you go to my computer, you go to add legacy, you import the file that you downloaded and you drive it. I will now give you and show you the options available. My dear technician, with this method, your system will be fine and be able to flash MTK device.